Hi, this is Beacon Journal Browns beat writer Nate Ulrich alongside columnist Marla Reidenauer. We're here at Cleveland Browns Stadium on Sunday evening after the Browns lost to the Washington Redskins 38-21. Marla, the Browns had a 3-game winning streak heading into this game. Today was their home finale for the season, and they still had slim playoff hopes and could have stayed in the playoff conversation heading into Week 16 if they would have won and if the Cowboys beat the Steelers later tonight. But none of that happened. It all fell apart. The turning point seemed to be with the Browns going halftime at 14-10, come out early third quarter. Brandon Weeden throws an interception. Redskins capitalize with a touchdown. Late in the third quarter, Brandon Weeden throws another interception. Redskins capitalize with another touchdown, and the route was basically on at that point. A lot of frustration in the locker room. What are some of the things you picked up on?
Well, I think what was most surprising was kind of the attitude of maybe people throwing each other under the bus a little bit, I guess I'd say. DeQuell Jackson sort of said, Weeden threw the interception at the the most important possession of the game, basically, the start of the second half. Weeden had some kind of indirect criticism of the coaching staff, basically, though came when he was complimenting Kirk Cousins, who he said is a good friend, and some indirect shots at the Browns saying the Redskins really tailored their offense and their game plan around what Cousins did well. So there was this attitude of kind of rumblings of,
finger pointing.
Yeah, finger pointing that I don't think has really been, that's usually not a Browns trait, but you can just kind of see how everything kind of dissolved into an ugly mess here at the end.
Yeah, I think it boiled over, the frustration because of everything that was going well for this team heading in. And, Trent Richardson's another guy after the game. He said, we got away from the game plan in the second half. I was really surprised. We got away from the game plan. He was surprised that he only had 2 carries in the second half. He had 2 touchdowns, but only 11 carries. And, they really didn't have a running game. They never really got it going. So that obviously hurt. And another thing, you mentioned Kirk Cousins, and we got to mention this. Robert Griffin III did not play today, okay? Rookie sensation who's having a fabulous year with 104.2 passer rating, leads the league, 18 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, the whole deal. He didn't play because of a sprained right knee, so Cousins started, first time in his career on the road, and his rollouts, his play-action fakes, confused the Browns' defense, and he just really lit it up and thoroughly outplayed Weeden. Were you just really impressed by what Cousins was able to do? I know Sheldon Brown and Jabal Sheard in the locker room said they thought they had him rattled early in the game, and he just bounced back. Did that stand out? It seemed like it was him. There was a golden opportunity to capitalize with RG3 out, and it kind of worked against him almost.
They might have had him rattled for about 5 minutes, but after that I thought he got his act together. And I was trying to rack my brain as to how many quarterbacks I've seen with better play action fakes than that guy. And I'm thinking back to the, some of the almost Hall of Famers. It's like obviously he's learned it from someone pretty masterful, because the Browns bid on it almost every time. It was just, and they kept running the same thing over and over, and the Browns still couldn't stop it. It was just totally demoralizing in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Browns have 2 games left, both on the road at Denver and at Pittsburgh, and we'll see what happens. This certainly couldn't have helped the chances of Pat Shurmur sticking around beyond this season. Jimmy Haslam and Joe Banner obviously are going to make that decision. If they haven't already made it, they're going to at least reveal it all at the end of the season. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.